If you have a Medicare Supplement Plan G, the most popular plan in America, the plan I will buy when I turn 65, the plan I have my mom on, the plan I really would like to see everyone on. But you got a big rate increase this year. And you're like, ugh, should I move to Plan N? I'm getting that question a lot. Plan N is a good option. It's the second most popular plan. I used to be a big proponent of Plan N probably about 5 years ago and beyond. But in the last couple years, no, I'm really not seeing the advantage of moving to a Plan N unless you live in two high cost of living areas, South Florida and New York. And by New York, I mean not just the city, but like the whole state of New York. But for the whole rest of the country, I'm still a big supporter of Plan G. And I go into Medicare supplements, the different plans. I compare specifically Plan N and Plan G in my book. You can find my book on Amazon. Type in Medicare Mama, M-A-M-A, in the Amazon search bar. You'll find it. So if you want more details, head on over there. But here's my summary. Plan G is the most popular plan because once I make my Part B deductible for the year, which is $257 in 2025, it's going up to $288 in 2026. So it's still under $300. Once I paid that, I don't pay anything else for the rest of the year. No copay to see a doctor, see a specialist, to go to the ER, inpatient, outpatient, nothing. If I get cancer, boom. I don't pay anything other than my monthly premium. So Plan G is a Cadillac plan. Now, a Plan N is not, I don't know what the car reference would be. It's not necessarily a Subaru, but it's not a Cadillac. With a Plan N, you also have to pay your Part B deductible. Again, $257 this year in 2025, projected to go up to $288 in 2026. Still well under $300. Still good. The problem that I don't like about Plan N is you have to pay $20 copay to see a doctor. Now, unlike Medicare Advantage, where you can only go to certain doctors, with the Plan N, you can go to any doctor. They want you to show up with Medicare Supplement insurance. There's no network, but it's $20 copay every doctor visit. Plan N is cheaper. The monthly premium for a Plan N is cheaper than a Plan G in every state, in every age, across the country, but not a lot cheaper. So it's typically around $30 a month cheaper. So $30 is $30. I'll take $30 savings. But what do I give up for that $30 savings? I have to pay $20 copay to see a doctor. What if I see a doctor twice that month? Now I ate up the savings. So you're gonna be like, well, I don't see a doctor twice every month. I'll still come out with a net savings. Okay, but what other copays would you have to pay on Plan N? You'd pay a $50 copay to see an ER department. You're like, I hardly ever go to the ER. It's not really an issue. Okay, but it still exists. The big one on Plan N is Medicare excess charges. Now that means it's typically a high-priced specialist, anesthesiologist, nephrologist, cardiologist. Those high-priced specialists that spent 12 years or more in school, they don't want to get what Medicare pays them. So they opt out of Medicare's payment schedule, and they are allowed to charge 15% more than Medicare would pay. So 15% more is not as bad as it sounds because Medicare pays so low. But again, you would have to pay more on Plan N if you see a doctor that does not accept Medicare assignment. Now, people that live in Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, there's a couple states that do not allow, by their state law, do not allow doctors to charge more. You'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go with an N. And I used to feel that way. I used to be like, yeah, do it. But if I have to go to the doctor and it's $20 and an ER is $50, I don't really feel that savings. There's still probably a savings month over month, but the Medicare excess still looms out there. Even if you're in Ohio, Pennsylvania, and it's not allowed by law. What if you're visiting your doctor in Colorado, your daughter in Colorado? What if you're visiting your friends in Florida? Florida's a big state with Medicare assignment. If you say, I live in Pennsylvania and I never go out of state, all my kids live here. I never go on vacation out of state. I could get behind a Plan N. You know, it does save you a little money, but not if you're really sick. So everybody wants to buy insurance with the mindset of I'm healthy and I will stay healthy, even though we know that's unlikely. And I was talking to a guy yesterday. He goes, I was so healthy all my life. And I wanted to finish his sentence, and I wanted to say, until you got sick. I didn't, I was cool. I let him say it. I was so healthy my whole life. I was really healthy until I got sick. You got congestive heart failure and boom, 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 boom. And that's typically what happens to all of us. We're really healthy until we get sick. So think about your insurance as a sick person. Sick people go to the doctor a lot, not just going to the doctor and incurring one $20 copay a month. You might go to the doctor several times a week, right? A lot of you have helped your parents with this. And if it's $20 per visit, it easily eats up the savings you would have wished you had a Plan G. Plus, when you're sick, you might live in Pennsylvania and have no intention of going out of state ever, but then you get some rare kind of melanoma. I'm thinking of a lady right now because she had my same name, Sylvia, and she got a rare melanoma, and the only chance of her surviving it was to go for treatment in Nevada, which she did, and she was out there for very expensive, long treatments. Specialists had to pay Medicare excess. And unfortunately, in this scenario is bad because she ended up passing away from it. But nobody expects to get sick. She didn't expect to ever get melanoma. She wasn't one of those people that laid in the sun, And she didn't expect to have to go. She lived in a good state with good health care. She didn't expect that her disease was so particular that her best chance of survival was to go to another state where they do have Medicare excess charges. Most states do. So, like I said, I used to be a good fan of Plan N. And then things change. And more doctors charge Medicare excess in the other states. People kind of travel more. That tends to be a goal of retirement, is to get out of your state and travel. I wouldn't want to be traveling out of my state on a Plan N because of the extra financial risks. For my money, if you're going with a Medicare supplement plan, if you're trying to save money, you're going down to Medicare Advantage. But if you're willing to pay for a luxury plan, which is a Medicare supplement, you want the very best. You want a Medicare Supplement Plan G. That's what I do. Because I can go to any doctor, any hospital. I don't have copays to see a doctor at a ER. I don't have this hidden. It's really weird to understand Medicare excess charges and then how much that could be. If my anesthesiologist that I never talk to charges it, what is 15% above Medicare? And it's more complicated. It's another moving layer of complication that I would just like to avoid in my retirement. Understanding original government Medicare and my Medicare supplement and my drug plan and my dental plan is a lot. And I don't need the extra frustration trying to figure out the complications of a Plan N. Now, in the olden days, when I used to sell a lot of Plan N, and I was a big rah-rah supporter of it, Plan N used to go up a lot slower in rates. So a Plan G is going up this quickly. It used to go up 5 to 10%. Now it's going up 10 to 20%. A Plan N used to go up 0 to 3%. Plan N didn't go up. Nobody bought it. The only people that bought it were really healthy people that didn't use it. So Plan N was a good place to hide out with much lower rate increases. G was going up like this, F was going up like that, and an N was going up just the tiniest little bit. Now an N goes up about the same rate as Plan G. So we don't have that savings. If you watch my old videos from 10 years ago when I was rah-rahing Plan N, that was one of the reasons why. It doesn't exist anymore. So again, for my money, I'd go with Plan G unless I'm in a very high cost of living area like South Florida or the whole entire state of New York. Now you might say, I live in Ohio and I want it. We sell it all day long to clients like you in Ohio and Pennsylvania and the other states that don't allow Medicare excess. But we want to make sure you fully understand it. That's our job, is to educate you. And then to get you in the plan that you're most happy with. Like I said, I got to make you happy. You don't have to make me happy. We get paid the same, whichever one you buy. The insurance companies all pay us the same. So our job is to educate you, tell you our professional experience, give you some advice that you might not have been aware of, and then help you find the plan. So if you want a Plan N, we'll talk to you about the Plan N's available in your area, compare and contrast them, their service, their ratings, and give you a recommendation and help you get enrolled. If you need help with Medicare, Medicare supplements, Medicare Advantage, drug plans, dental, vision, hearing, hospital indemnity, cancer runs in your family. We help with cancer plans. Our services are free. We're paid as independent contractors by dozens and dozens of insurance companies. They pay us so you don't have to. If you want some free advice or you need help enrolling in your coverages, go to our website, themedicarefamily.com. There's a yellow button at the top of the page. Click on that to choose a time, book your own appointment. We'll call you when you request the time, and we'll educate you about plans that are available in your area. Have all your questions written down. We'll be there to help. Again, for free. We're a small family business located in central Indiana, but we are licensed in all 50 states. We have clients from coast to coast. If you learned something today, I would appreciate it if you would give me a follow, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any specific questions, put them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, you might really like this video. Check it out. And we'd appreciate if you subscribe to our channel so you never miss a great video. We put out one every week. Check in the description below this video for a link to our cheat sheet on Social Security and Medicare. And you can also give us a comment if you have a specific question. Always feel free to call us or email us at the Medicare Family.